Morning, folks. So today we are kind of a last-ditch effort to find a deer. I'm gonna go pull out my traps. After that bear, I'm kind of afraid he's gonna come back, and pretty sure bet that he will. I don't think there's anything left there as far as wolves anyway. Usually there's a camp right here. We just chased a grouse down the other side of the road, down in the trees here, but it got away. Got kind of some lonesome meat poles hanging here, but I don't think anybody even camped here this year. Yeah, trouble with grouse is if they don't land in a tree, they usually sail down through the trees for 100 yards or more. That one got away. This loop we're taking, probably about a 30-mile trip that's kind of out of the way to get to the traps, but figured we'd take the long way around, look for a deer, and so far we haven't seen a single one, buck or doe. No other hunters either. The only one we saw was one of my neighbors that was up here with a friend of his, and that's it. Here's another old cabin that kind of part of an old mining area. This over here, you can see where the logs have been pieced together and all those rocks in there, ore from wherever it was they were digging. Probably just right over there. But this one, look at there. That's one of those old Prince Albert tobacco tins. You still find these nailed to trees every now and then with a mine claim notice in them. This one, the ends of the logs are done with an axe. That's usually a sign that it's pretty old. Looks like the forest fire charred it a little bit, but it didn't burn it up, which is good. Round-headed nails, round shank nails. I'm meaning to look up and find out just when those came about compared to the old square ones. I think they were probably 20s. I don't know, 1920s, but I'm not sure. Maybe it was before that. That's a neat old cabin. Not in very good shape, but it's still fun to find these. There's a big old chunk of ore. Quartz with some rust in it. That's usually a good sign. Here comes a four-wheeler or somebody. Wonder what they could be doing. It's deer season. But anyway, the reason I stopped here wasn't so much for the cabin, although that's neat to see too, but this thing. I keep finding these every here and there, and I thought they were a weather station. It's got a big tall antenna with a box on it, and solar panel on that trailer. And I was talking to one of the local ranchers here that's running his cattle up here, and I found out what those are. They're those the cattle this year, for the first time ever that I've ever seen, have a little square box hanging off their neck on a chain. And I guess what it is it's kind of a invisible fence type of thing. If they get too close to this trailer contraption, I guess it zaps them through that chain around their neck. I'm supposed to try to keep them out of the burnt area and so stuff can hopefully grow back a little bit. And I think it has a GPS too. I'm not positive. So they can find their cows a little easier too. But kind of interesting. I've never seen that before until this year. Kind of takes the fun out of cowboying a little bit though, if you know where they're at. Sure makes things easier though. That's one thing I really miss from one of the ranches here I was working on, was gathering cows in the fall. It usually took us about a month, and we were horseback every day, and it was a lot of fun. But they don't even turn out anymore. They've leased out their cattle range to other people. I always hate pulling traps out, but I think it's time. Well, nothing at the post hole traps. There's one up around the corner over there, and this one over here. Somebody asked me, well, you know, you're throwing traps out there just for anybody to come along and step in them. Looks like my fox dug it up again, but they're not that big. It's movie stuff. I mean, I stab them off with my feet. It's not that big of a worry for people. Man, I hate pulling traps, but I'm not giving up for the season, just for a little while. I got some beaver I want to go and catch, and that'll be fun. But once the bears are asleep again, I'll bring these traps back out, put them out again, and by then there should be a little bit of tracking snow too.
It's going to be a very unhappy fox. What is he going to do for dinner?
Yeah, that little hole he found had a lot of food in it. It is dried up now. He's got to work for a living again.
A welfare fox.
Yeah, welfare fox. And trap number 3 is empty. Whew. The little hill's kind of steep. See, that's not so bad. Awkward to get off, though. There we go. So this one, I just had it cabled around this root. I tried those earth anchors, and they work pretty good, but this ground here has so much rock in it, it's really hard to pound them in or get them out. When you get them out, they usually bend, and I kind of gave up on those. I like these tree ties better. There's usually something you can tie off to. But some areas, like where Dave Morelli traps, he's more in the sagebrush, and sagebrush doesn't hold all that well. And those earth anchors are great for that kind of area, but even his area is really rocky. It makes it really hard to do. Well, this one's empty. I don't see anything in that one. Over here first. Something has found that leg though. Chewed on it pretty good. I have a trail camera right up there. Oh, I guess I should, before I go pulling these out, I should see what that is. Okay, just checked that trail camera, and it was a wolf that got that chunk of meat. Majority of my traps are up here. Hope I don't have that bear, but maybe the wolf. Now I guess I'll reset that trap I just sprung. Oh, it's a lot of work going up that hill. Well, these two traps are empty. I've got one right there. And the one up here. I got some more over here. I don't see anything yet. Okay. Right there's one of them. There's another one by that big tree. And it's empty. And the last one, I can't see, but I don't see anything in it. No, there's nothing there. It's right over there. Let's see. Should be able to see my marks. If I can figure out, okay, right there. There's my marks. Base of that tree, there's nothing there. So all my traps are empty, but that wolf has been back. I have another camera behind me here. I'll go check it too. I have what's left of a dead cow down in there. And back behind me there's part of a leg also. Kind of make a mill around in this area, but nothing today. So, that last trap I sprung, I guess I'll reset that one after all and leave it there. I might even throw in another one. So far, there's been one wolf caught right there. One wolf caught right there. And two wolves right there on top of that mound. And that bear. The reason why, I mean, I was using dog turds and urine, but down here, about 40 feet or so, I have part of a cow leg wired to the bait, or to a tree. And that's what that bear was in here for. It wasn't the urine. But if you look at this, the reason this spot's been so good, oh, I got a fox there too, and the one behind me also. The reason why that spot there on top of that mound is so good is when you're sneaking up on something that you're not sure of, you know, what do? You kind of circle it a little bit, you get up on a high point and you look around. The animals do the same thing. Anytime you can find a high point like that, that's usually a good spot for a trap, and it sure paid off this time. So anyway, there is one more wolf up here, though. I'll have to go back down and reset that one I just sprung, and like I said, I think I'll add another one down there too. So you never know. He might not come back to this spot, but he did last night, so it's a good sign. I got another trail camera up here. I didn't bring my card reader. Go down and see if he's been up to this spot too. Anyway, here we go. So this spot, one of my last, well, it is my last trap. It's right there. I have a little bit of urine on that cow pie. I took that out today since I was planning on pulling traps. And so my little bottle, nose spray bottle, is empty. So this is kind of begging for trouble. But I put a little tiny dab beaver caster on this stick. Kind of hard to see, but there's a stick comes off the tree down to here. Put a little bit right there. It's not at the set itself, so hopefully I won't end up with a bear, but that's kind of asking for trouble. I don't want a bear, doggone it. Anyhow, that wolf came right down this trail, right past this trap, and I didn't get him. He's either smart or really lucky. I'm pretty sure I got a female and I got some young ones. So this should be an older, probably big male. Looking on the camera, he looks pretty big. So I don't know. Maybe he'll come back, maybe he won't. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. I hope that bear doesn't come back. He's pretty likely to do it. Anyway, see you folks. Thanks for watching. Another one of those cow zapper trailers. Like I said, I thought it was a weather station, but I guess not.